your music and arrangement. You don't know shit, shut your mouth, you can save it. I'm the same dude that got his come up from the basement. 100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. I'll do it all again, cause I never feel complacent. Let's keep the good vibes, positivity's contagious. I'm never looking back, cause I made a life that's passionate. A college graduate suppressing all his talents, yeah. He found a way to go and change, become an advocate. For taking control of your life, go out and battle. And you think you have a dream, then act on it. Get after it, get out your head and fucking capture it. You got one life to master it. Don't give up on your future, we all start losers. We're all late bloomers, gotta struggle through the sewer.
What you say, yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say, yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
What up, man?
I'm here for a reason to deliver a message, and I'm gonna articulate it the best way I can to you. But I am gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I am not sparing. I can't help how people feel in life, right? Anybody?
Oh Lord.
Here you go. Don't worry. I don't.
Say that.
Cause I'm the hostess with the mostest. Like, come on now, we gotta put some butter on it. He's not stubborn. He knows that you got to go with the flow and be like water. That's not stubborn. He has no containment. He is the containment.
Get you a word. Nana nana boo boo.
What up, though? It's the word. You see the title. We about to get into it. But before we get into that, let me get into the chat. What up, Nine? What up, Commander? Appreciate you, sis. Naga, my Naga. What up, though? Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Hey, yeah, so the wife made me come on tonight. She said I ain't gonna be here for a while. And she wanted to watch her movie, and I want to go watch it with her, so she kicked me out the room. So I'm here with y'all. Yeah, shout out to the wife, man. But yeah, shout out to the lion. You know, adversity, right? You know what you're made of when you face adversity. Adversity will reveal your true character, your nature. It'll show you if you're resilient or not. You know, a lot of times people run from these things, right? Adversity, I always tell you, is an opportunity. You know, that's how I've grown to look at it, as an opportunity. Look, good things gonna happen to you in life, bad things gonna happen. That's granted. You know, you ain't changing it. So, Bud Files, what up, though? Appreciate you. So we know good things gonna happen. We know bad things gonna happen. So why not use it to our benefit? And, you know, people, even me, you know, I say I'm patient, but when it's time to show patience, can I display it? Because if that's who I am and that's what I do, then it should be no problem when it's needed for it to come out, right? You hear people say I'm humble, but never show humility. You know, people say a lot of things about themselves. You know, we all like to think good and positive things about ourselves, but the reality is, until you have to show it, you never know. You know, everybody be like, "Oh, I'm a positive person. Positivity, you can be positive when ain't nothing going on. You know, that ain't what being positive or having a positive mindset means, right? is when you're going through negativity. Are you still positive? It's easy to be positive when you ain't going through nothing, but when you going through it, can you be positive during that time? And if you can, then that's who you are. That's what it is. There's no need to be positive. You don't have to display it. You just exist in a positive environment. But what about when things go bad? Are you still positive? Do you still have that outlook? Mr. 33, Gary Busted Down Brown, how you doing? How you living, brother? Appreciate you. But yeah, are you positive in those times? I mean, because if you are, then that's who you are. But when shit hit the fan, do you run? Do the pressure bust your pipes? Or do you create diamonds out of that pressure? That's what adversity shows. You'll know who you are when you have to show who you are. When you have to be everything you done said. Now it's time. Can you be positive? Can you be humble? Are you patient? Do you have empathy? Right? A lot of people say, "Oh, I'm caring," but don't never show empathy. Can you show a person grace when they made a mistake? You say you're understanding. So are you showing people grace? You think we resilient? We made it through this, we made it through that. But a lot of people who say that, they go through a little something and they fold. So adversity, that's what it's there for. It's there to mold you. But when you go through it, it'll definitely show who you are. Can you overcome the obstacles that life has that throws your way? Can you overcome those? Do you know how to overcome them? Leticia, what up? What up, sis? Appreciate you. Yeah, but can you overcome the hoops and hurdles, the curveballs that life throw you? People say a lot of things about this. So, we all like to speak ourselves up, but when it's time to show it, can you? That's one of the things I learned in life is to embrace the adversity, because now everything that I done said about myself, now I have the opportunity to put it in play. It was like practice, and the adversity, that's game time. I've been in some messed up situation, where I had to forgive people. And like even my brother, right? Like what he did to me is unforgivable. There's a lot of people who wanted to hurt him. But I put, no matter what my dad say, that's his kid, that's his son. If something happened to him, he go feel some type of way. If somebody do something to him, they might go to jail. I'm looking like shit. I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm good. I don't want nobody crashing out for me. And I don't want my dad, to be all fucked up. So if I'm all right, everybody else will be all right about it. So that's what I had to do. The program is bigger than me, especially when it comes to my family. Because I had some people ready to crash out. Not because I asked them to, because of the situation that happened. And it's their own blood. But they don't care. So can you be humble when facing something like that? When somebody wronged you, can you evaluate the situation and assess it to see what the loss will be? Because anytime you go to war, it's casualties. Anytime you go to war, there are casualties. And I ain't talking about just no battlefront. I'm talking about in life. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all been in positions where something happened to somebody and we mounted up and rode out. I'm just being real. I think everybody experienced that, or you might have been a person that got rolled out on. You done beat somebody up. Look, man. Look, I ain't even did nothing. Let me tell y'all this story real quick while we on it, right? I ain't even do nothing, right? I was sitting there watching a fight. My one homeboy, he beat the crap out of this other dude. This other dude went home and said he got jumped. And he said my name. So it's like 3 carloads, at least 20 to 25 people riding up to my house. And I'm like, what the fuck going on? My man talk about we gonna do this. I ain't gonna tell you what I went in the house and got, but I went in the house and got something and said, fuck it, we all go there. And they skedaddled. But I'm looking like, man, these dudes, it was like at least 20 people in front of my house. I'm like, I ain't even beat this boy. So so even in those situations, right? That could have ended very wrong. A lot of people could have got hurt because somebody's pride was bruised. He lied. He couldn't go back with the way he got whooped up and say, hey, this one person beat me up. He had to say he got jumped just to save pride, just to save face. And that could have caused some life-changing, yeah. I probably wouldn't be here talking to y'all. I wouldn't be here talking to y'all. Wouldn't even be here. But decision making in those times, are you able to think beyond what you're going through? Because a lot of times we have to do that. I would say all the time. When you're going through something, you got to think beyond the situation. I got kids, right? I can't just go out and somebody disrespect me, just put my hands on them. That can turn to anything. I can hurt them where their life can be gone, or they can hurt me where my life be gone. Over what? Over some words? Like, I'm going to get taken away from my kids. Either way it go, if I go to jail or get buried over some words. That's how bad it got out here. That's how bad it is. Can you think beyond the situation you're in? You have to. Sometimes it's best to walk away because you might run into somebody who ain't got nothing to lose. And you got everything to lose. Over pride? How many people locked up right now and their kids out here vulnerable? As a man, my job is to protect my kids. So I have to be in position to protect my children. Listen to what I'm saying. I have to be in a position to help my children. I can't be out here wilding out. It's already hard enough to do that. I can't leave my babies to fend for themselves. I know a lot of brothers is in jail right now. And their kids out here wilding out. It's hard. I understand it's hard. But it's necessary. You have to be in the moment. And in that moment, you have to decide what's best. Not just for now, but for later. That takes a lot of maturity. That takes a lot of confidence. It takes a lot of discipline. Because, sometimes it's hard not to punch somebody in the face and did something crazy. We was at the grocery store a couple months ago. A dude came and patted my son on the head. Man, I'm looking like, I don't know you. We don't know you. Why is you touching my kid? And then he came, I'm saying this to him like, bro, don't touch my kid. Oh, he gonna come grab my shoulder like it's all right. Almost broke his damn wrist. Almost broke his wrist like, I don't know you. You just can't, it ain't mean no harm though, I don't think. But I'm just saying, it's hard sometimes, but you got to do what's necessary. It'd be hard to think straight for some people who are in the heat of the moment. And that's the thing, man. You have to understand. That's why emotional intelligence. You have to understand, okay, I'm mad. When I'm mad, I don't think straight. When I don't think straight, I do stupid shit. So let me back away for some stupid shit happen. That's what goes through in my head. That's how I think. Like, okay, I can't calm myself down, so I don't need to be in this area right now. That's being responsible. That's not being a punk. Somebody might catch you on a bad day, even on this internet. Think about this, man. Somebody might catch you on a bad day, get to talking slick, and instead of turning it off, you go in on them. And then you got a character, you got a nature. This person just influenced you to do something, and now that's on you. But it's people, not just on the internet, in life in general, who have nothing to lose, and they looking for someone to crash into. I had to learn that. It's people out here like that. They're looking for someone to crash into because even though they want to go, they don't want to go alone. They want to take somebody with them. And you just have to learn how to navigate around it. You have to learn how to navigate. And like I said, start evaluating yourself. If you can't figure out reasons to do the right thing, you need to create them. If you can't find something, Dee, what up? What up, Dee? Tyler in the building. What up, though, Mr. Bean? Appreciate you. Always create programs that's bigger than me. You know, that's one of the ways I stay humble. You know, always find something bigger than yourself. My family is bigger than me. That's the program. You know what I'm saying? The 9 is bigger than me. That's the program. That's the program. That way, that keep me in line. That keep me disciplined, keep me structured, keep me on task. Knowing that I'm with something that's bigger than me. Just knowing that, you know. But back to adversity. Yeah, adversity will show you who you are. You know, people say they positive. Put them in a negative situation and see if they can still be positive. Because if you're a positive person, it shouldn't matter the conditions. That's just who you are, right? If you are what you say you are, it shouldn't matter the conditions. But this is the thing: the conditions, that adversity, you know, the situations and the conditions, that usually define. Because now you can't just say it; you have to do it. You know, that's why they say actions speak louder than words. Watch what people do and not what they say. Them actions is gonna show it. What you saying, Nope to? Oh, my bad, y'all. The link is on the community wall. If anybody wanted to hit the link, it is posted on the community wall. I'm just rapping and chapping. I'm just talking. But like even think about this, right? People get upset when I said this, but I'm like, when Kamala lost, she also lost the opportunity to show why she would have been a good leader. You know, she didn't even come out and address the people. There's been people there screaming, yelling, cheering for her. You know, those people showed up. Even if the rest of the country didn't show up, those was her people. And in the face of adversity, what should you do? Nothing. That would have been a perfect. I don't care who did what or what did who. At that point, you was talking about being a leader of the free world. You should have came out and said, you know what? Don't look good, but that's all right. You know, we made a statement or said anything. You know what I'm saying? But you wait till the next day. You wait till the next day. Left all them people hanging. Didn't even come out for a minute. You sent somebody else out and told them to go home. Great leadership. I don't care how you try to explain that away. I don't care how you try to explain that away. I don't think anybody with testicular fortitude would have did that. No great leader would have did that. They would have came out and said, you know what? We took an L. But we taking a win too because we here with each other. They would have said something. Mr. Gary busted down Brown.
What up, though? What up, though?
Chilling. What up, though?
That adversity thing, I don't know, man. That's hard. Because you can be positive all you want. Somebody push that button, you can't help it sometimes.
Tay, each y'all. What up, Nine? What up, Tay? You know, and like even with me, I'll be honest with you. I'm still working on it because I see red when it comes to my kids. I see red, bro. I don't see shit else. You fuck with my kids or my wife, I'm not talking. You gonna turn me back to the old me. That's that's what type of shit I'm gonna be on. So I'm working on that part, but you can attack me all day. I don't. It's like it don't bother me. But my kids and my wife, that's my duty to protect them. So I'm hypersensitive when it comes to the kids, my family. But when it comes to me, I feel I mastered that.
But see, that goes to the question, right? If you protecting your kids and you supposed to be positive and you doing what you need to do to defend your kids, is that being positive? You see what I'm saying?
It
Doesn't matter
is.
what you feel about it. It matter what the perception is. Sometimes
Lisa,
it's a catch twenty
Lisa,
two.
my bad. I ain't see Lisa J sneak in here. Lisa J, what up, sis? My bad. You want to speak to the chat real quick? I keep cutting you off.
No. Hey, what up, Nine? Lisa, what's going on? No, I was just speaking to that, to that comment, because sometimes it is difficult to withstand that energy that you trying to portray, right? And then when somebody's egging you on, you walk away. Somebody, nah, because they gonna try, and then you might have to punch somebody in their face, or you might, as much as you want to do it, then what you gonna say? It wasn't your fault. It doesn't mean that you're not positive though. Somebody just pushed your button to that level. It's
And,
it's
and
it's,
you
it's hard.
and you know what? Usually when I walk away and I see people following me, I walk to an area where won't nobody see what I do to them. So I think that's positive. I'm being real, bro. Like if it'd be your word versus mine. You know what I'm saying? At that point, you following me, okay? I'm walking away. That's the last thing everybody else seen was me walking away. Now, if they find you 15, 20 minutes from now, knocked out unconscious or something like that, and I'm not around it, who said I did it? Where's the evidence? So, yeah, that's how you handle that.
I get it, but that's why I said, it's hard to maintain. If you don't have that stability of emotions, it's hard to do that. It doesn't matter what you do. It's like an alcoholic. If you put them in front of some liquor for a long period of time, they're gonna try it. You tempting them. Everybody's not built to be tempted,
Uh,
especially in the beginning. You know what I mean? So it's different.
I cannot see the screen. I'm trying to look on my phone. Everybody saying what up? Yeah, it's just being in the moment, man. It's like it's almost like being strategical, right? It's just about analyzing and evaluating in the moment. I know it's hard because a lot of us be emotionally driven, but that's why I say it's important to practice emotional intelligence because if you can take a couple deep breaths, like right before you swing, just take a deep breath. Like, okay, I can't hit him in front of all these people because that's witnesses. Somebody go call the cop. Let that stuff go through your head and understand. And maybe you walk away because, like I said, a lot of times when we get in those situations, think about the people who put us in those situations. They be low down, miserable ass people who ain't got nothing else to do with their life but to try to fuck somebody else's life up. Like when I sit back and really think about all the BS I've been through, Miss Chicago, what up, though? Appreciate you. But when I really think about all the BS stuff I've been through, it was always somebody who wasn't. Um, I say there's a couple people who didn't know their own value, but it was mainly people who had no value. They was crashing out, and I was the victim. I guess it was go soften a blow on a crash. But like, nah, man. I mean, they had nothing to lose. I did. I had a lot to lose. They didn't have people who loved them. I did. So anything that I did could have been a disappointment. Anything that they did would have probably went unnoticed. So a lot of times, I'm telling you, when people coming at you that hard, you got to think like if some, oh, what did I do? Oh, my bad. So
What happened with Seth?
that's like if somebody like just come on here cussing me out, right? Anita, what up, though? Petty Piper in the building. Like if someone just come on here cussing me out, right? And I ain't did nothing to them, and I'm looking like, hold on, bro. What aspect of life don't you enjoy? They probably ain't got nobody to love them. Probably no one telling them how much they care about them, how important they are. No, so they got all this negative energy in them, and people always think like if I put this out, that is I'm put it out, I'm done with it. No, that's in you. It's generating in you. You got to fix yourself. You got to flip the switch. You know, you can put all the negative in you out on people, but you just go keep creating it. Those are deep issues that you got to eradicate. You got to heal from because hurt people just like hurting people. Because that's all they know is hurt. So all they can really do is produce hurt. And it make them feel they get a temporary relief when they hurt other people. That's how you know you got a problem. If you hurting somebody and it feel good, you need to check yourself. Because why would that feel good? Oh, because it's revenge. Man, look, I tell y'all this. I've been through some shit. I'm talking about some real revenge shit. That shit never make you feel good. That shit make you feel worse. That shit keep you up at night. You constantly looking over your back. That get back now, man, because karma is real. So no matter if somebody did something to you, if you got negative intentions and you go out and do something, that's your karma. That's just how it works. That's your shit. Hey, rock out for a minute, bro. Give me a second.
Yeah, I agree with you, but it all depends on it all like your patience, your will to not wanting to be caught in that negative situation. That all plays a role in it. You know what I mean? Like you said, how much emotional intelligence do you have? How much discipline do you have? Because it's very easy for somebody to just snap. You know what I mean? So each individual has to really figure out if they have that patience to stand by and to withstand that verbal abuse or that emotional abuse, and they're trying to change their life and do the things that they need to do to be clear of that situation. It takes that patience, because if you don't have that patience, you going, man, listen, I know some women will they'll be willing to pick something up and bust somebody in the head. Most men will do that too. But when you living for somebody else, right? When you love a certain person, right? Whether it's your kids, your mom, your dad, whomever, you trying your best not to be put in a situation, not only not to disappoint them, but to leave them in a vulnerable situation. So how much strength do you have to withstand that? How long could you not how long could you not you know react to that forced action that they're trying to make you go through? Those are the questions that you got to ask yourself. And if you're not strong enough, it's okay to run away because you're trying to stay away from that situation. It's okay. You're not ready to face that situation head on.
And see, I gave like even, the resilience, the patience, all these things you got to develop, but I gave you a cheat code. Find a program that's bigger than you. Find something that's bigger than you. For me, like I said, is my family. Might not be, everyone's why. But that shit keep me humble, bro. So I'm able to be in the moment and walk away. Okay, this ain't desirable. I know I'm a snap. I know me. Let me back up. Develop self control. That's all it is, man. People saying stuff, as long as ain't nobody putting their hands on you. At the end of the day, why you can't walk away? If ain't nobody physically restraining you or holding you, or why you can't walk away? Your pride, control your pride. Don't let your pride control you. Maturity, all this stuff happens within maturity. Nick the Great is in the building. What up, though, bro? Hey, we had a dope conversation on Nick Funnel earlier. I forgot that brother name, but that was a dope conversation. Appreciate that, man. Am I still here?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you here. Nah, you was complimenting Nate, and even like you know, we have to understand that there's things that's bigger than us, like you say, right? Because the thing
Hmm.
is, if you love certain people, you know you have to sacrifice. With growth comes sacrifice. Yeah, with growth comes sacrifice. Sacrifice comes with growth. What does that mean? You have to give something up. When you love somebody, you give up the right to be selfish, in my opinion, right? There's no need for you to be selfish if you love somebody. For example, you love your wife. So you're gonna remove what your wants and needs or whatever it is to make sure that her needs and wants are met. You love your children. You're gonna remove yourself to make sure that their wants and needs are required. You don't mind being the last person in your equation. That's truly a gift or an act of love. So when you have that attribute, you're gonna do certain things like that, right? Some people might try to, I gotta keep my persona up, so I gotta turn the other cheek, or whatever the case may be. If that's what you need to do to go through the adversity and not respond to certain things, hey, that's more power to you. But you gotta understand the love of self is it's gonna make you do things that's gonna sacrifice for you to get out of those situations in the first place.
And then too, like me now, who I am now. What got me to where I'm at was my favorite question. Why? Hold on, let me switch back.
Switching back. Oh,
Okay, I'm back. But where got me where I'm at now is asking myself why. You know, like I said, as long as ain't nobody physically restraining me or doing nothing, they just talking. And you got to ask yourself, why is these people so word? Why is their word so important to you? Like, like it's gonna be a couple reasons, right? And I'm just talking about my own personal experience. It's times that people said things about me, and it hurt, right? Because I felt like this person cared about me, and they was telling their true feelings, right? So I was hurt. There's times people said stuff about me, and I was pissed off because uh, they was telling the truth. So you got to figure out, why is these person words so meaningful to you? Why do they impact you? And if you figure out why, then that's one way I handle stuff. Because there's been times on here. Well, when I first came on here, I used to say, "Man, you don't got to respond to people." And then somebody said something, I responded, but it's how I responded. I just rebutted what they said. I didn't have to, they said some things. A couple people said some things about me, but it's like I ain't here to bash nobody. That's who they are. I ain't about to get on here. I roast with y'all, have fun, but I don't do it maliciously. That's not what I want to do. I'm not gonna say I can't, because I can. I can easily do it. I probably have fun doing it, but that's not what I'm doing. That's not why I'm here. So it's like I said, the program is bigger than me. So it's a certain aura I have to keep up. So certain things I can't indulge in. Find something bigger than you, and that will create discipline. It will create structure. Just gotta find something bigger than you. Uncle L in the building. What up, though? Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, whatever that is, right? Even if it's just to live to see another day, that could be something to make you persevere and get away from that situation, right? Like you said, you got to find something, anything. You know what I mean? You know,
Mm-hmm.
especially these times today, this it's like ain't nobody putting their knuckles up and shooting a fair one. Ain't nobody doing hand to hand combat no more. You know what I mean? You know, if you whoop a person out, you got to look over your shoulder because they gonna go get that thing and try to air you out. So you know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean. You do the best that you can to avoid those type of situations, right? All right, I'm not look. For example, I'm not fighting over no parking spot. I'm not mad. I'm not getting mad because a person cut me off on the road. I don't know
Right.
what he got in his car. You know what I'm saying? There's all
Yeah.
types of scenarios. Like, man, screw you, man, and then you going through that on the highway. God forbid something happens and it's over with. What happened? Now you can't avoid accidents, but you make sure you ain't in the way on purpose. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing that we have to understand. You don't know what these other people like, and you don't know what people are going through. Just because people are smiling, you don't know they be talking to themselves. You don't know, what mindset they in, who's talking to them in their mind. You don't have no idea what another person going through. So we have to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody don't know how to try a spirit, see if that spirit is right or not. Everybody don't have that discernment of understanding what they actually looking at. Not everybody has those attributes. So you definitely got to keep your eyes clear so that way you can see from every perspective. But if you don't know, then you don't know.
And bro, check this out, man. I grew up in a D. So half of the time you walking around here, you running somebody on the street. These people got bodies on the run, so you ain't gonna be nothing but collateral damage. That's all you gonna be. So words. I had to learn how. I remember one time I walked in the store. This dude pushed me. Hey, you start screaming. I'm looking like, nah, he on some other shit. All right, my bad, bro. You got it. I'm good, bro. You on 30 right now. And bro, I ain't did nothing but bump into you. We good. Oh, you a punk. I'm gonna be a punk because that brother right there ain't got nothing to lose. He trying to get his noodles knocked out. And I ain't trying to go to jail. I gotta make this money. You know? I mean, like I said, bro, make sure the program is bigger than you. Follow some have something bigger than you because if you don't, man, you'll crash out on some stupid shit.
Yeah, like even on here, right? You have people that come into conversations and they want to be right. It doesn't matter what the other person's saying. You're gonna be saying the same thing, but if it's not that person's actual way of it being right, they want to be right. So you just have to say, you know what, you right. It doesn't matter. Like you
Yeah.
right, because there's no need for you to crash out about something that's not gonna you know make your day or night. You just helping somebody get advice or give advice or whatever it is, and that person want to feel like it's right. You know what I mean? And that's the crazy part. If we're doing something together or we're on the same page, what difference is it if you're right, we're right, it's right? That's what it's about, being right. If it's helping somebody, it's right. It's not about who gave the advice, it's how they got the advice, when they got it, and if they're going to use it, and if they can apply it to themselves. But people always the ego comes in a way. So you definitely have to use that type of tactic just to just say I agree to disagree or something like that, just to keep it moving because nobody's ready to crash out over these type of conversations. There's no need.
Man, look, I'm gonna tell y'all something in real life. I don't. Everybody come from different aspects of life, right? I ain't trying to say I've been through nothing that ain't nobody else been through. That I came up hard. I ain't saying none of that. But what I'm telling you, where I grew up at, it wasn't the hardest people who made it, bro. It just wasn't. It wasn't the hardest. It was always the smartest. You know, and you had to learn when to shut up, when to take. You had to learn how to take L's, bro. Sometimes you just outnumbered, bro, and you gotta tuck your tail in and run fast as hell, jumping fences, getting the fuck away. I ain't about to sit there, bro. You know I done dipped off like 3 times. Like, oh hell no, I'm out. Left my car and everything, bro. Man, look, and this is like I don't bash women, because I'm gonna say I was the adolescent, but man, I remember this one time this girl set me up. Man, I pulled up at her crib, got out. I'm walking on the porch. Something told me to turn, bro. I had 3 dudes running up on me. I jumped off the porch and they got bangers, bro. I jumped off the porch. There's 2 more dudes in the backyard. I jumped, like, I went through her backyard, seen the 2 dudes, jumped to my right, jumped that fence and ran, bro. She was like the third house off the corner. I jumped that fence, jumped the back fence, and I was out. I had to call my cousin to go get my car. Bro, I'm telling you. I mean, it was a setup.
Yeah, it'd be like that. It'd be like that in the hoods, right? They try you, they think you ain't got it, or they don't think you can step up to the plate. You know what I mean? And then, the manipulation to use a woman in that aspect is crazy by
Bro.
itself. Like, people don't. That's why, I keep telling people don't understand the power of words, man. You can tell a girl, like, yo, whatever you got, I'm gonna give you a portion of it. I bet. I don't like Scram Jones anyway. Set him up, tie him up, go in his pocket. Got a whole stack. You give a little buck. All right, we keeping the rest. Hey, that's all I get is a buck. I might tell on you. You don't even know where that's gonna go. So everybody going down and you still lost because they took the money from you. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Sometimes you just gotta know when, like, listen, meet a girl at McDonald's. Oh, well, that ain't happening now. See, that's another thing. Back in the day, you would have to you going to see Shorty at the crib, or you going to see her at McDonald's or something like that. Ain't none of that happened. All this 2024 has changed everything. McDonald's for what? Meet you at a park for what? We ain't doing that. So you got to come up with better ideas and keep yourself safe.
Bro, and then, like, a lot of times when I was coming up, it wasn't even about getting the person out of the way because of the money. It was getting them out of the way because it would open up to you. And I see some of that same mentality on here. People be trying to get content creators out the way, thinking like, well, if I expose this dude or get rid of this dude, then I got that crowd. And it's like that same mentality, bro. I mean, but that's since the time of man, bro. That ain't nothing new. People always did that. They figured, Terry on, what up, though, bro? Appreciate you. They figured if they can get you out the way, they can have what you got. It's sad,
but that's
bro.
been a thing forever. Yeah, but that's been a thing forever. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, if I eliminate Scram Jones, I get to step on his spot. I get to take his girl. I get to take his whatever he got. Nah, I mean, I don't know, man. I might be different, but I understand the game. But I can't do that if I can't. Like, for me, it's like if I can't build it, I don't really need it. You know what I mean? That's the challenge is for people to build their own, right? And then when you feel like you that dude, your next job after you build it is to protect it and keep it.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? But not everybody, like, that's just like back in the days, right? You on the block or whatever the case may be. You will not even worry. Look, you more worried about the stick up kids than the police.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
ain't worried about the police, man. We playing for the police. You can't plan for
right,
who coming to get you because they be the motherfucker right next to you. And see, that's what I'm
right.
saying, bro. That's how I grew up, bro. I had my own family I had my family members trying to get at me, bro. My own boys tried to set me up a couple of times. So it's like in real life, like that was my life. My own people tried to knock me down. So like on here, I don't be surprised. I don't be surprised as shit people do no more. I think I done probably seen the worst people have to offer in life. I'm like, I've seen some shit, bro, and I'm telling you, people ain't shit. People ain't
But
shit,
then
bro.
but then people get mad or upset. Like if you tell that story, then people shouldn't wonder why you feel like your back is against the wall. You understand what I'm saying? That's
Hmm.
just your defense mechanism. Like, yo, my back is on the proverbial wall. I don't want nobody to come from behind me and do anything to me. So I have to be in front of it. I got to see everything, you know, on site. So you can't be surprised if people are defensive. You know, a lot of people get mad because people are defensive because you see so much nonsense. You ain't got no choice but to be defensive. It doesn't mean that you don't want to let your guard down. It's just that you've seen so many negative people that you have no choice but to be defensive. So people should not be getting mad. If you want somebody to let their guard down, do your job, work on it. Be if you are who you are, you ain't got to work too hard, right? It's like for me, I don't think people have to work that hard for me. But if they do, and if you're worth it, I'm willing to take that challenge. I'm willing to work to show you that I'm the dude that you don't gotta put your guard up against. I mean, if it doesn't happen, then that's on me. And that's it. But everybody don't have that mentality. So that's another thing to look at.
And then I wouldn't even say like I'm really not defensive. It's more like I just allow people to show me who they are. You know, I just believe in time. I don't believe you need to force nothing. If I meet you today, it ain't no point of us being best friends tomorrow. Like that's not reality. You know what I'm saying? We have to. I like for me, I like to have adversity in between people. I like to see how we handle it. If we can overcome it, or if the adversity take us apart. So I always say, shit, I ain't your friend until we get into it. Once we get into it, now we see where we stand. You know. So even in that aspect, you know, if someone does something to you or you feel a type of way about somebody, can you like I'm using me as an example, right? Say we talking and I felt some type of way about what you say. Can I overlook how I feel to ask you what you meant? That's the first thing I had to learn how to do. I had to get over my feeling to get clarity. Okay, because I can be tripping. That's just reality. Even if I know you meant that shit, I still want to hear I want clarity. You know what I'm saying? That's who I am. You know, because shit, I can be tripping sometimes. You know, so that's something I had to learn. That's something I had to work on. But the more you do stuff, the better you get at it. So now it's like innate. I'd be like, damn, that shit sound crazy, but let me just ask. Let me just ask because I can be tripping. And a lot of times, you know, I'd be tripping. And sometimes I don't even have to ask. I just listen or go back and listen to the context of what somebody said something there. And I had to learn how to do that. Like because we'd be talking and I hear something like, "Hold on, bro, what the fuck you talking about?" And then I go back like, "Okay, that I took that out of context." You know, that's something they said that might have triggered me, but the way the context and what they said it wasn't for me. They just telling their experience. You know, sometimes you can be sitting up here saying something you disagree with or don't like because you experienced it and not know what another person been through or had to overcome, and it just might be that. So a person, I would feel some type of way. You know, I give you an example, right? Say if you a person who someone lied on and said you SA'd them, right? And you went through all this BS to prove that you didn't. And then you come out and say, you know, you can't believe all women when they say they SA because some of them be lying. And say I have someone close to me who been SA and nobody believed them until you know the evidence came out, and then we found out. I would feel some type of way about that. You see what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but your intent wasn't to hurt me by what you said. You was just simply telling your experience because you've been through that on the other side where someone lied on you, and you had to go through stuff. And now you feel a type of way because you know how it feels to be lied on, and it happens a lot. A lot of men get lied on. you know.
Yeah, no,
But then,
yeah,
so stuff like that occur all the time. But it's up to us to actually get clarification and understanding and have some sort of empathy, because any of us to come on here and talk about anything is just talking from our experience. That's it. We all been through different things. We all been through similar things for different reasons. Been on different sides of it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if somebody came on here and said people in the street is just they this, they that, oftentimes you would hear me taking up for people in the street, because not all of them, not everybody bad. Some people that's all they know. And
right,
being in that position, if that's all you know, how can you blame somebody?
right,
So
absolutely. Because that's the thing about the whole scenario, right? It they only know one way, right? You can't expect them to not go against what they know. How that doesn't even work, right? For example, if if a person if a person constantly argue when they're right, right? Sometimes they don't know how to let it go because they're so defensive of being right. They just want to be adamant about being right instead of saying, you know what, you right. I'm gonna let the evidence speak for itself. You sometimes you don't gotta fight that battle. You gotta learn how to choose your battles wisely because if everything is going to work in your favor, there's no need to fight for it, right? Now, if
right.
somebody, for example, somebody come up here and just say, you know what, Gary was on the other side of YouTube talking the craziest negative stuff in the world. I ain't gotta fight that. I'm gonna say you right, and then I'm gonna just look. I'm gonna drop my own link. Yeah, that's my link. Go ahead and check my link. Now, if you tell me one part of negativity that I've said on that any of these content, you ain't got nothing to say. Okay, I don't have to fight that battle. Now, if somebody don't know me and then accuses me of a situation, I can understand that part, right? For example, like somebody just like what was the dude name? The Santino guy. Was it Santino? Yeah, that guy. So you sitting there, you coming at me for another person, and I'm like, yo, check my content. I'm not the same person as that dude. If I'm telling you just because my content is my character, he might say the same thing. Check my content and see if I've done something wrong so far. If I ain't done nothing wrong, don't wait for me to do it. Just go with the flow. You stop trying to make people do something that they don't want to do. It doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? So people got to be careful.
And like Commander said, I've flicked through things and heard people say stuff, and I'm like, shit, this ain't for me, and just dipped off. I don't really be caring how people feel or what people think, enough to say something to them, because it's like, man, look, I can't convince ignorance. I can't do it. Like, somebody just ignorant, they just ignorant. Like, my wife be on social media, like, how do you respond to this? And sometimes I give her a response because within the comment, I can see his reason within it. But some shit like today, I'm like, bro, you ain't convincing. These people are a cult out. Like, you can't convince someone who believes in something. You just not, because they already accepting something without proof. So how the fuck, even if I give them all the facts, they don't care. I'm just being real. Like, there's some things I hear, I'd be like, no, they on that belief shit. I'm straight. Because no matter what facts you give someone who believes, if that's what they want to believe, they already accepted this as true without any evidence. That's the freaking definition of belief. So some people you may be able to get through, but then you can tell how deep they into it. If they questioning it, then okay, that's something else. But if they just balls to the wall, I'm straight, bro. You can't convince nobody who believes in something. They already accepted this as true without facts, without evidence. I'm being
Yeah,
real, bro.
but
Miss
those
Tracy,
are the
what up,
ones.
though?
Good evening, Miss Tracy. But those are the ones that you don't even try to have that conversation with, right? Because at the end of the day, if they hell bent on that conversation, like it's no need for you to talk. All right, you go about it your way. You have all right, you great, you straight. Go ahead, cool. But if you see somebody listening to understand, then that's a different story. I tell you, people just want to be right, so they'll go super crazy just to be right. Like it's not even no need for that. It's not a need. I'm not here I'm here to have a conversation. I'm not here to debate with you because if I can't win a conversation, I'm not even trying to have a debate. So I don't want to win the debate. I'm just trying to have a conversation. But people don't even understand the differences between those two statements. So you know, you just gotta bow down, and say you right, and just let's agree to disagree and leave it with that.
Man, most people on this internet, they don't even know how to debate. So everything people call arguments debates, bro. They be going at one another and not the information. Like stick to the information, and then we can call it a debate. But people don't even debate no more, bro. It's just big ass arguments, man. I'm straight. Like people try to attack the person instead of the information. I be like, it's just some things. It's just I'm not interested in. Once I see how things going, where things going, I'd be like, man, I'm straight. It's a waste of my time. Like I would debate information all day. That's fun to me because it's nothing but like an intellectual battle. Because it's information. But then when you start insulting and trying to discredit people, it's like I'm straight.
Yeah, those are the ones. Like I said, those are the ones that's like, oh man, you got it, and like we've been through those episodes, before. Like, yo, why you you let them have it. Like let them have it. No, go ahead, you right, because there's no need, especially if you're trying to make a point. The goal is to make the point correct, not to make myself look like I'm right. The goal or the opinion should be correct, or the information should be correct. It's not about who
Mm-hmm.
gives it. It's about if it's correct or not. Allow people to hear it. Don't just debate because you want to be right. That drowns out the information. That's why people don't want to hear nothing now. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta figure all of this out together.
And that bill we was having on Nate's channel, that was dope earlier, man. I appreciated that because both of them brothers were saying some meaningful, powerful things. But the brother was like, the IPS, the Hebrew group, his organizations and his groups around that, build with one another and all that. But and they got blueprints on how to get things done. But the thing is, everybody wants you to join a group. Like you can't even network with these people unless you join in a group. And I understand it, but to me, I think it's like you're missing the opportunity because I just feel like you can work with people without being with the people. We do it every day when we go to work. If y'all got a 9 to 5, or if y'all in business or anything, you work with people every day that you don't go home with. Y'all work together, y'all get things done, y'all and made your money for the day and you go home. We can do that as people too, okay? We ain't laying in a bed together. If somebody you can support somebody if they doing this, they can support this. That's how you put things together. Like even a nine, we all do different things, but they all focus around becoming better. If it's my talks or if it's Gary talks, we talking about life things, life tools, different concepts, different philosophies, things that you can tangibly use. If it's Tay, she making not only mukbanging, but she cooking vegan food that look real. So if you want to get healthy, get your body right, go check out Sus. She can help you with that. That transition is hard going from vegan to, going from eating meat to vegan. The transition is hard, but dealing with her, it'll make it a little easier. You know, if it's BDB, he got the entertainment. Ain't nobody over there doing nothing negative. We all building, coming together, celebrating artists, hearing new beats. These people getting exposure. You might like something that you hear. You can get the beat. We can network so many different ways with what he doing, and it's all positive. It's building. We building up one another up, not tearing nobody down. You know, they say ain't no safe spaces on the internet. There's one right here because when we come in here, we build one another. We don't try to tear nobody down. And
Yeah,
then
but what's the point? What's the point of that though, right? Like My bad.
Yeah,
It's like how do you make somebody feel comfortable if you jumping down their throat?
constantly
How do you make somebody
criticizing
feel
people. Yeah, man.
right? Right. How does that even work? How do you make somebody feel comfortable if you keep over talking them? There's a thing called grace for a reason. That's where the comfort comes in. Once you have grace, you have comfort. When you have that comfort, somebody can sit there and then they'll start pouring out to you. They'll start pouring out to you. You know what I mean? We just gotta learn how to listen to understand instead of hearing to respond. If you listen to understand, sometimes you won't be excited to jump into the conversation. You know what I mean? Even if you're trying to make your point, well, like I agree with that. Sometimes you got to catch yourself like, oh my bad. It's not that you're trying to do it on purpose. You be trying to just get the point out before you lose it. We understand that part. But how many times can you do that within 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes? Like, no, just sit there and let that person talk, and then say, you know what, the follow up on what you're saying, or I agree with that, and then make your point. You know what I mean? The excitement of the conversation can do that, but you got to have discipline to hold on as well.
You want to hear how diabolical I am? You know, I would see flaws in people, and instead of pointing it out or criticizing them, I start leading them into a way where they can correct it. And sometimes they figure it out. Sometimes they don't even know.
That's an ulterior. I mean, but that's why
Instructor.
like for me, yeah, for me, like I try to be as constructive as possible and not destructive, right? Even with myself, I always ask people like, if you see I'm doing something wrong, let me know so I can try to avoid that, right? Because if I depend on myself, I don't think I may be doing anything wrong, right? You could just have the conversation. I'm just talking and I'm talking and I'm talking. I could be saying a word wrong 7 times. I think I'm saying it right? And then they turn around like, yo, you saying that word wrong. All right, what did I say? All right, I appreciate you correcting me. And then I can get back because you don't know if you're saying it wrong. You can mess a whole sentence up by saying a word wrong. I'm trying to live, or I'm saying I'm trying to live, but I'm saying I'm live. Like, wait, what? No, you messed your whole point up. You know what I'm
And
saying? You gotta catch yourself and ask people for help.
now that you on that subject, do you know um, I had a issue with you saying thanks for the kind gesture,
What's wrong with that?
but I had to really look at the context you was using it in, and because by definition, oh no, I want to show you, but it's not you're using it in the right context, but by definition, it's a little different.
See, that's what happened when you're a brainiac. You see how that works?
Bro, listen, I had to go look up the structure in the what is it called? The simile of the word. Because gesture, let me show you. Because I'm like, why he keep saying that shit, bro? I gotta find the because you when I hear the word gesture, by definition, it's like a hand signal. So I'm like, why he keep saying thanks for the kind gesture? A movement of the body part, especially hand, head, or expressing a meaning an idea. That's how I always related gesture. Either it's like a hand gesture, or it's a expression of an idea. That's what I always took gesture as. Body movement. But hold on, I don't know if it's under here. I might have to go on Google because I have to find the operation like it's not an adjective, but it's how you structure it. Because gesture can mean like act of kindness. That's if you structure it in a sentence that way. That's what it can mean,
Right.
like act of kindness. But if you look up gesture, you ain't gonna find that. You have to research it to find that, right? Because I'm like, I never just associated gesture to act of kindness. It was always like an idea or a movement or something you was trying to do. Like, oh, he gestured that. Like he was trying to do something good, but he didn't. So like every time when you said it, I'm like, hold on, bro. That's why I was like, hold on, I'm taking offense to that, bro. Like what you said, oh, thanks for trying to do something nice. That's how I took it at first. And then I'm like, no, that's not G. Like,
Command eclipses.
pretty kind word. I'm serious, man, because like when he was saying it, I'm like, what the fuck you mean the gesture? I shared your shit. I ain't try to do shit. I did it. And I'm like, nah, he ain't using it like that. So I'm like, hold on, man, this got to mean something else. Like, and I'm looking through all the dictionaries, and it wasn't until I forgot the name, but it's on my phone. I just don't feel like looking, and I'm not giving you all my resources. But it's an app that not only tell you the definition of the words, but how to structure the words, how to utilize the words. So some words have definitions, but they have functions. And gesture is one of those, but it's rarely used. So stop using it. Praise
Nah,
what up, dog.
nah, look at telling somebody stop using it, Mister. Let's delineate. Like, wait a minute, what are we talking about here?
Oh, delineation is not. That's a commonly used.
Well, you tell me besides you who use it.
A lot of people. There's a lot of people use it. I hear a
know.
lot of people. I hear a lot of white people using it. I don't think it's a black word. There's a lot of white people that use it.
That's
That's
my
like
point.
like if
Join
I
the
if
crowd.
I so if I said, man, this is sultry, you'll know what that means, right? Like if I say
Say what?
sultry, you know what
Nope.
sultry means, right? It means hot.
Nope.
Like
Nope.
so, it's getting like if I told somebody, man, your breath sultry, that means hot. But that's a
Mm,
commonly used word. I heard a three.
okay.
I learned that from a 3-year-old.
Uh, what community was this?
My nephew, but my
Ain't nobody.
my sister a
Ain't,
damn
oh,
PhD, so my sister a
there you
doctor,
go.
so they be
See how
using
that
all
works?
types of words. Like,
That
but
that
like, man, I got lawyers and doctors all in my family. They be saying some crazy shit. Like my uncle be like, when y'all come in my house, act duly. Like, what the fuck is duly, bro? So I've been using duly since I was like probably about 12, 13. And when I use it, people be like, it's the same thing as saying act accordingly.
nah,
But
that's what Jeff said.
duly is more precise though. Like act accordingly is just act according. But duly, like let me show you the definition. Duly is more like to
DULLY. Dooley.
du. Is it LLY? I thought it was DULY.
Oh, okay. DULY. Like duly noted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Well, don't look. Duly noted is something different. That's a compound. Well, just look up duly. DULY. In accordance with what is required or appropriate. So that's why I think duly is more of a delineated term to say act accordingly. You know. So if I say act duly to the decorum over here, act appropriate. Accordance to the decorum.
But that's it. That's just like I said. That's just goes to show you how words can get you into situations too. Like, wait, like
It's
I didn't
yeah.
even know you felt that way. I'm like, yo, I'm not even saying nothing wrong. Like, what I say wrong? You said gesture. Like, wait, what? Gesture.
You talk
That's
about
that
the
means.
the
I'm just saying.
etymology of duly. Is that what prayer is asking? The etymology
Exactly
of
what the
duly?
etymology of Dooley, D-U-L-Y.
Our spells and spelling. Yeah. I don't have it on my. I got it on my phone, but
But see, even with that conversation, like, all right, cool. I mean,
it's
it's
right properly
mm-hmm. Yeah.
in accordance with duty or moral obligation. It was created in the late 14th century. It stems from due, customary, regular, right, proper, and the suffix ly or ly, commonly a verbative suffix forming from adjectives, adverbs signifying in a manner denoted by. Hold on, now I can't see. Denoted by objective. So, in the sense of, like you use it in the sense of uh, declaring what's wanted is almost like a command word. Act duly. And when you say that, then you're saying act accordingly to what is required. So no matter where you at, if you go to church, you act duly to what's required for you to conform, to adhere to the standards of the church. Just like if you go to a wedding, if you go into a chat, I make your brain hurt. Man, I try not to say too many crazy words, but I be fucking with my wife. My wife, she got a thesaurus on her phone now, just to fuck
Yeah,
with
but
me.
with a lexicon, I understand.
But no, my wife has a huge fucking vernacular. Like her sister has a huge vernacular, but it's just different. It's like their vernacular is structured around what they indulge in life. So,
Right.
like her sister vernacular, like finances, like she be saying shit. I don't know what the hell she be saying. I don't even know some of the words. I'd be like, I don't know what you say. Like my mom, like that too. My mom has a huge vernacular. My sister has a huge vernacular. The PhD, actually, all my sisters do. Um, but my one sister, she say words that sound so simple, but they be complex. They're not like big long words, but like Dooley. She'd say something like that, and it'd be like, I never heard of that. But yeah. So we kind of push one another. Like me and my brother, I used to have him looking up words, and he'd come with new words every other day. He don't do it no more, but
We ain't doing that at all. So shout out to you guys, because nah,
that's
we
how
ain't
you
doing
build
that.
yourself. Though you build your vernacular like that.
Yeah,
I
you
mean, they
know,
got apps, bro.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Nobody looking up in those Encyclopedia Britannicas for all these words. We ain't have all this
No,
back when I was growing up.
no, no. They got apps now where it give you a word a day. You can. It's one of them dictionaries that do that, I think. But yeah, man, just get word of the day app, and it just tell you, and then you just practice with that word
You
using
are the
them
word of
different.
the day. I just talked to you. I find a new word. Duly. I knew what vernacular was, but I don't think everybody know what a vernacular is, man. We use these words like, what's a
No,
vernacular?
I hate when people be like, we were trying to get into dialect, but y'all just want to argue. I'd be like, what the
What?
dialogue? Like, why do people look? A conversation is dialogue.
Right.
Dialect is the way you speak, or the language, or
Yeah, the
like
language
it
of
can be.
speaking.
It cannot. It can. It's bigger than language though, because the dialect can be like your accent. You know that you can speak like I get like Ebonics is a dialect, broken English. You know, um, like
Mm.
people is different slangs and different um like it's different slangs in Spanish, right? That's dialect, the different slangs. I know in Middle Eastern is different slang. That's dialect. It's more of how and the way you speak. When
Detroit
you
got their own
having a
dialect.
conversation, yeah. What up, though?
What up, though? Yeah, that's like,
Yeah, we
like
got our
where's it come
own.
from? Yeah, like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
You, I don't say it to people who not from the D because I know people be on that no Diddy and all that stuff. But like if you from the D, like if you in the city, we be like, "What up, my baby?" We say that to everybody. We say, "What up, my baby?" That's another thing we do. Is "What up, though" or "What up, my baby." I don't do it to people outside the D because they like, "I ain't your baby, you gay," and I'm like, "Man, no, that's just how we
Yeah,
talk."
that's what I'm saying. You can't even have regular conversation with people like, no, I'm so sick of that. I don't want to talk to people no more. Let's talk in sign language. I'm gonna give y'all the other gesture. Go ahead, keep it up. I'm gonna give you the wrong gesture, the middle finger, little jackrabbits.
So
But yeah,
this is a word I've been wanting to give y'all for like a month. So like when we be talking about people egos and stuff and people pride and even self-esteem, it's a word called gossamer. It means like thin, like a butterfly wing. It just means like thin. So I was I forget what I was talking about, but I was like, I ain't gonna
God,
say it. Be gossamer. Yeah.
oh God, close my eyes to see if I can spell it. G-O. Nope, I ain't spelling that right.
G
I
O
almost
S
spelled that.
S. No, it's spelled just like it sounds.
G-O-S-S.
Gossamer.
See, nope.
Gossamer.
I
Yeah.
thought it was I-M-E-R.
Mm.
Gossamer.
Yeah, gossamer.
Commander, write this down, Commander. Put that on the bulletin board. Right outside of HR. He coming. He trying to get back in that room.
But I
God,
didn't. But, but see, my cousin used to say that to me. He'd be like, "Man, you gossamer." And I'd be like, "What the fuck is that?" And I looked it up one day. He was saying I was soft, but that's how he said it. He was saying I was soft.
but you the word of the day. I tell you, all we gotta do is speak to you. If we speak to you every day, we're gonna learn something new. I don't need no app. You the app.
Uh-uh.
Yes, you is. Cause you gonna say something different every day.
I learned a new word like 2 days ago. I forgot it already though. I got it in my notes. I was like, "Oh, I'm using this. I like this word."
That's why when Commander said, let's delineate, that caught you so off guard, like, wait, oh, what you know about that?
Oh no, I did a couple shows on delineation.
Oh,
I
okay.
got a segment. I got a whole segment called let's I think it's called Let's Delineate or Let Me Delineate. It's something like that. But I got a whole series built off of that. I think I got a playlist. I gotta you know update
You
my
good.
playlist and stuff.
You good. I gotta put the download. I gotta get ready to download the first
But
live I ever did.
Tay said something the other day. She said if you ain't learning something new or if you ain't learning, I try to even if it's a word, if it's a concept. I've been, I was studying Stoicism for a while, but then I got bored with it because I see where it came from. It ain't nothing but Egyptian philosophy. So I'm already indulging into that. So it got me into the Bronze era of uh, Kemetic philosophy, and that's a lot of what the Greeks took was like more the Bronze era philosophy. Going away from my aunt and going towards Ra. So um, I started looking at some of that, but it's like I know where that came from. So I rather just I don't know. Like the philosophy. I like Miyamoto though. The Five Rings. I think a lot of his philosophy is dope. I might review some of that because it talks a lot about how to use fear to your benefit, how to use anxiety He was saying it's basically about transmutation. So I think that's
Transforming it
dope.
into a positive.
Yeah,
Or
or not even
transform.
using it for a positive. It's not even negative to positive. No, it's
Oh,
using
okay.
it to defeat your enemy. It's using it's like a keto. It's like, okay, you done threw me this shit, but I'm gonna just bounce it off of me and give it back to you, and it's gonna benefit me. So, I mean, if you want to say using it to benefit you and you consider that positive, cool, but it's really not. It's more like using it as a resource for yourself. If you go use it negatively or positively, you control it. It's more about owning it, like controlling it, mastering it.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, that's what we need to do. We gotta start. We gotta start using things for your advantage.
mm-hmm.
We got. That's what we gotta do. I don't know. I don't know how we gonna do it, but some way, shape, or form, we gonna do it.
Shit, I always do. That's why I say, like, man, think about this, man. People monetize their pain, their anger. They do it through music. Somebody go through some shit, they made a hit song out of it. I, what was it that Bruno Mars? I stand on a grenade for you, whatever he said.
Bruno Mars, that boy. I don't know. He got so many
I
different
catch a
names for that.
grenade for you. Mm-hmm.
You gotta make sure he ain't catching somebody else's song for him. That's what you gotta do, Bruno. But that's like, that's why, like shout out to Rachel, right? When she put the thing on paper and just expresses herself. That's an aspect that, people should be doing. Some people might call it a diary. She just put it in a poem. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to express yourself. You just gotta find a way to express yourself that brings you peace. There's so many people that have other avenues to go get chaotic with themselves. They don't know how to find the peace in a situation.
Damn, I got a big forehead.
Yeah, here you go.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm like, damn, let me put my hat back on. Or they be screenshotting my forehead. Like, he got a 10 head.
Yeah,
5
but
plus
that's what
5.
I'm saying. People gotta find ways to express themselves in a manner that's productive. It ain't gotta be put to music all the time. Just put it on a piece of paper. You can figure it out the day later, next day, or whatever it is. Just put it on paper.
Why do people say scary instead of scared? I think that's slang. Like, you scary. I think that's slang.
Scary.
Yeah, instead of
Oh
saying
boy,
they're
yeah.
scared.
So what's the
Well,
scary is
well,
the present?
well,
Scary is the
actually,
present word. Isn't that a word? Scary.
scared would be the present. Scared would be the past. Scary will be
Isn't that
the
accent?
action.
Right.
It is more of the action. So if you're describing, or that's more of the descriptive. Like, if you're describing something, it's scary.
That's what the slave said. Yo, you mad scary. Let's run away. You mad
Yeah.
scary. You still want to stay here.
But
Damn right.
that's like, but you wouldn't. But see that, but like using the proper usage of the word, you wouldn't say scary when you're describing a person. It'd be scared. That's what she's saying. Scary is not to describe people; it's to describe an event or an object.
So
So,
it's okay.
yeah. So a person wouldn't be scary. The scenery, the environment, that would be scary. The TV show would be scary, but a person would be scared. You
So
see
we
what I'm
turning
saying?
verbs into nouns.
What up,
Well,
nine?
what up, nine?
What up, man?
Yeah, you can
I
be a
get
scary person. Like, oh, that person's really scary. But I've heard it used, and I've only heard it used on YouTube where they describe someone that's scared. Like if you're scared to fight, they'll be like, why are you scary? Why are you so scary? But they're really saying, why are you so scared? That's weird to me. Have you guys heard people say that?
Yeah, that's what I
Absolutely.
say. It's more like slang. It's more
Yeah,
like
we say that every day. We
well,
say that in New York all the time. You mad
but
scary.
you're using it, but you're using it wrong.
Here you go.
See, it like by definition it says like scary. Um,
We changed the word
If
too,
you're
didn't
if
but you is the way a word is used. Um, like is the way you use words build context. So scary is more of a descriptive word. So like by definition, scary, um, frightened, causing fear, frightening. So that's the action of frightening will be scary. Uncanny, striking, or surprise. A scary movie. It was scary the way they bonded with each other. They're describing is a descriptive word. That's what scary is. But when you're scared, that's in the act of fear. So like you have different derivatives of word. What we was doing that the other night with the word. What word was we doing that with when I told the egg story?
I don't think I was here for
Oh,
that.
grow. The way we was talking about grow. So grow is in the present. Growth. Well, when I want to grow something, that's in the future. When I'm growing something, that's in the present. Grown is when it's done. So it's the same word, but the way the word is structured, it presents the context of if it's in past, present, or future. Then you also have words that have a configuration to describe. So scary and scared are the same word, but they structure them in a way to build context. So if I use the term scary, I'm describing something. If I use the word scared, I'm saying what a person is. I'm describing a person, not a scenery, not an object, but an actual person. That makes sense?
So what do you call someone who is easily afraid?
Scared.
Not
But
scary.
what they're afraid of is scary. You see what I'm saying? What they're
That
afraid of
part,
is
yeah.
scary. But what they are scared. I see I think I see where the confusion comes from. But um yeah, so the easiest way to explain it is scary by definition is to describe something, just not a person. Well, you can say a person if you're describing like a person. Well, no, because proper like to use proper English, they would be scared. Like even if it's in the past, like if I'm telling a
Right.
story about me and Commander, and it was a past story, she would be scared, not scary. Even if it's
So
in the present, she would be scared. Like
so a
you got
person can't be a scary person?
They're scary if they're wearing a scary mask. If they act in a way
so
that's
if
scary
you now
to you.
you're if you describe a person's action, what they were doing, they were moving scary, but the person itself is scared.
So if I say I found a person a bit scary, what does that mean? That's not the way to use that word?
That means you
Well,
were scared by them.
yeah, you describing how the person made you feel. So you describing you're not even really describing the person. You're describing the way the person made you feel.
Mm, okay.
Listen to what you just said. That person is scary. You're describing the way the person made you feel. So you're describing the event. Can you really you see what I'm saying? If a person made you scared, if a person scared you, they were scary to you. You see what I'm saying? What happened is you were scared, but what they did was scary.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I've heard people describe like, oh, you're a scaredy cat. A scaredy cat? I don't even know if that's a word, scaredy, but I've heard that.
Well, that's even a description because you're comparing a person to a scary cat. I don't think scaredy is a word, but it's another.
That's ebonics. That one
That's
ain't
even.
ebonics.
Yeah. So that
That
would
ain't
be the
I
same
ebonics.
mean,
like using it as scary, using scary
th-
wrong. It'd be the
this is
same.
this is why a lot of times people will like. I don't do it, but I can't because people use words out of context. Like when I tell people words are similar but not the same, people will use words out of context. Like when we were saying, um, like fake it till you make it. Right. That's using out of context because you're talking about what you're talking about is do something until you become good at it. But fake is the wrong word to put in that context because they are different. I mean, if you're becoming something or being something, that's not fake. That's authentic. Fake is
But
like you see what I'm so that
what's
word
the opposite though? What's the opposite of fake?
real,
Not real,
Real.
right? Real.
Real.
real. So if you're
So
really becoming something, like even though you're building yourself up to it, that's authentic. But faking
well
it
that
is totally just not is acting, right? So
okay, so
if
actually
you
you make
wanted
it
to
real.
be, I use myself. I wanted to be a successful real estate agent. So what did I do? I needed to dress the part. I needed to be prepared for opportunities. I need to learn, but I need experience also. So me
You
faking
acted
it,
the part.
you see what I'm saying?
And what's acting? Fake.
Well,
I don't
I
know.
wouldn't even say
Yeah.
acting the part. I was building myself up to the part. I was becoming the part because what would have made me fake if I would have lied to the people? Like when they asked me how many houses did you sold, and I told them none yet. Thanks for the
Well that's what
opportunity to give me my first house.
Yeah, you
You
don't
know,
have
but
to
isn't that
lie.
what fake it
but
but
see,
isn't that what
but
You
if
fake
I
it
can
was,
omit.
mean?
but see, faking
Oh,
it till you make it, I would have told them like, oh, I sold thousands of houses. That would have been me faking it until I make it. Not me dressing the part, not me preparing myself for the opportunity, but me
so
acting
somebody
like I'm already made it. That's faking
okay,
it till you
so
make it. You're acting like you made it already and you didn't. Just because I'm
yeah, so
putting
that's
nice clothes on and I got a nice briefcase, I'm not
so
acting
for
like nothing. Go ahead.
so for example, somebody asks you sold a house and you like, yeah, but you never sold the house. But you presented yourself like you did sell a house. And then you sold the house. You faked it till you made it real. You
Yeah.
faked it till you made it. You
What if you don't
faked it
lie
till
though?
you made it. Then
What
you
if you
can't fake
instead of lying, you don't lie, instead of you say, "Oh, are you asking if I'm equipped to sell your house?" Yes, I am. If that's what you're worried about, like you can always switch up the words to where you're not lying, but you make someone feel comfortable.
And I couldn't. Like for me, that was just manipulation. I just told them the truth because it was easier. I told a couple
I
people
never
like,
sold a damn house in my life.
look, I told one person that they was like, we want a more seasoned, experienced person. I'm like, cool. And this was on a rental because I've never at this point I sold one house and I had two people who I was helping rent it, but both of them it crashed out. Like one of them, it was their fault. The other one, it wasn't what we expected. And when I figured it out, I told them the truth. Like I could have got them in there, but I'm like, look, this ain't what it is. And I told them the truth, so they pulled out. And it was one guy's friend. The guy who pulled when we pulled out, it was his friend. So he asked me, he was like, did you help anyone yet? I said, I sold one house. I told him the truth. He said, I need somebody more experienced. Tell me why he got somebody more experienced in the same office, right? Dude drug him around, didn't really want to do it, got him a piece of crap deal. I got his boy in a better apartment for like $300 less in a better area. And he was like, came to me asking me, can I get him out of it? I said, you need to ask someone more experienced. I was
Yeah,
telling
so
the
that's
truth.
when you have to convince them. You have to make them feel comfortable with
I ain't
choosing
do all
you
that.
to sell their house, because
So you
Yeah,
just told
experience,
that
right,
whole.
doesn't necessarily mean that
it
they're going
don't
to be
mean
the best
shit.
person to
No,
help you.
So you
no.
just
Yeah.
told that whole story to show that you was petty.
Yeah, yeah. I always been petty. I was born petty.
You can say
Say
that
you
person
got
has
no
more
petty.
experience, but they have a bigger workload, and
No,
I have more time to help you, to concentrate on you.
this is a reality. You know, I'm more hungry than that person. So I'm more willing to satisfy you. And that's what I used to always tell people. I'm more hungry
Exactly.
than all them people. They experience. They on cruise control. I'm trying to get where they at. So I'm more hungry. I'm willing to stay up later. I'm willing to talk more shit. I told this one lady I
Yes.
wanted to sell her house so bad. She had this $500,000 house, and one of the agents, they couldn't sell it. And I'm looking like, I know how to sell this. I can sell this. I actually got two people looking for something like this. Man, I went in there talking so much shit. I'm like, look, she was like, because she wanted to go with a whole different brokerage. And I'm like, just give me an opportunity. I can sell this house. I was like, I can sell this in 3 months. I promise you. Within 90 days, we have a deal. She was like, well, this guy been selling houses for 20 plus years and he couldn't sell it. He was telling me I can't, it's overpriced, this, that, that. I said, because he ain't know how to market it. He been doing it for so long that he think he know everything. Like, look, I know how to
Hmm.
market your house. The way he listed it, he didn't highlight a couple things. I said, I know how to highlight them. I know how to get people in here. You ain't had that much traction, did you? She said, no. I said, because he don't know what the people of this era want. I do. And you got it. I just need to show it.
Facts.
And I sold that
Facts.
lady house in 45 days. And we got like 20,000. We in 2 weeks we started having bids. It was like they was competing over it. She got 20,000 over the asking price. She was happy.
I was about to say she's gonna get over there.
Yeah. She and I listed it almost like 45,000 more than what the other agent listed it for. It was crazy. Trust me, I know the market. I just had like 4 Indians showing them houses, and this is what they wanted. I just didn't show them this house because I want. I ain't gonna lie to you. I knew it was about to expire, and I knew I can just get the whole 6% versus sharing it. So
It's like with
Wow.
doctors. Sometimes it's good to have an older doctor, and sometimes it's not, because they're so like out of touch or stuck in their ways.
hmm
It just depends.
Sometimes experience is just overrated. It really is, right? If you
Just
really
yeah.
think about it, it's overrated because it's a person's effort and their activity that can supersede somebody's experience, right? Like there's people
yeah,
that's been on YouTube for 4 or 5 years, right? And they don't get the things that they want. But somebody in that same field, that same sector, come on in a year and a half, and they could double or triple them just that fast. It's about their hunger, their thirst, their drive to get what they want done, to get done. Y'all could be doing everything the same, but just something that that person is doing that's a little bit better than you, and they'll be ahead of you. That's why you got
it's,
to understand. You got to put all of that together.
it's what you do with the experience. Let me go check on baby girl real quick. I just heard her screaming.
Hmm. But y'all, so y'all already know. Word. He got a drive to him that's like no other. So he don't gotta have experience. He just gotta drive, whatever it is. That's why we keep telling him to do what you do. Continue to be the word. Don't be Coach G. Coach G is whack. You want the word.
Well, and if I'm confused about making a decision, well, then I ask God to help guide me. I ask for that discernment, because sometimes we don't know which way to go.
And that's but see, even with that, right? Sometimes we get the answer and we so afraid of that the answer is what we want. we don't we afraid to mess it up. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, I know that's what I wanted, but what if I mess it up? And then they'll sit there and don't follow the
That's the
answer.
fear. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
fear. You got to take
that,
risks. All the
yeah, but
time is
see that,
risks.
I don't know, Chris is here. They'll tell you lower the risk, the lower the gain. The higher the risk, the higher the gain.
Calculated. But in everything that he does, there's risks, but calculated risks.
Yeah, you gotta weigh all the pros and the cons. Can you survive that risk? Is it life threatening? Or is it just like a little prick in your a thorn in your hand, or a thorn in your finger? What which is more easier to overcome? It's always gonna
Well,
be risk. We gotta stop being
sometimes the
afraid of the
calcul
risk.
sometimes the calculated risks don't always pay off. Sometimes the biggest risks pay off, right? That's what happened with the Bitcoin.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what they're trying to tell you. Like, okay, like I was listening to somebody who was telling the story. I was listening to John Cena. He was doing an interview, and he like, yo, I remember when the WWE was selling for $11 a share. This guy, I think he said Roman Reigns came and elevated it so much now it's $112 a share. So he's saying that you take these risks on these people, and your risk can shoot up. And now the funny part is Roman Reigns been in and out of wrestling because of different reasons. He had fought cancer a couple times and things like that, and they still roll with him, and it paid off for them. Because when you get somebody sick, you don't always get that return that you want. Sometimes people feel that they gonna sell because they're gonna sell the option, or they're gonna sell a share because it's not worth it, because he's not gonna be able to do what he needs to do, or she's not gonna be able to elevate it or whatever, and they sell real quick.
Right.
So it's all about your understanding of it, and a lot of it is what you believe is going to happen. See, that's a time where believing and belief, all of that, it's always going to play a role, because nobody knows for sure if that stock is going to rise or fall or whatever. Nobody knows for sure. Those are hypotheses, educated guesses. Well, they ain't educated. You just
Yeah.
guess. Because ain't nothing educated about that. You might play eeny, meeny, miny,
Yeah.
mo. Oh, it's gonna go up. I bet. Oh, it's gonna
It's like
drop.
with the football players, right? Same thing with the
Yeah,
football players.
just like, yeah. That's why you give everybody all the information, right? So if I tell you, okay, this team gonna have everybody out, I ain't picking them for what? They ain't gonna win. But then sometimes they do win. So you get luck out. Nobody was playing though. The quarterback was the second quarterback, and the receiver was the second receiver, not the first one. So it's always
Somebody
about
gets hurt.
understanding. Yeah, what
Somebody
if
gets
they get hurt?
arrested.
Somebody get somebody get knocked out in the middle of the game. Somebody don't even show up. They at the bar. They couldn't get a ride to work. Whatever it is, you don't know the options. You just making a guess. All right, if everybody's there, I'm gonna pick them. If everybody ain't there, I ain't picking them. It's the same thing. You just gotta understand. But it all bases on your understanding of a situation, right? That's why we lean on Prez and Lisa J, because they have that experience. So they say, I don't think that's gonna last too long. You're gonna bank on them because you can pretty much say their word is gospel because they do it. That's what a lot of us will believe, because that's what we lean on. So Riaz, what's going on?
What up, Riaz? Well,
So
but
when
they
you
don't have
when
a
you
crystal ball either, so
right, but that's what I'm saying. So all
you
right.
can't blame
That's why.
them if it doesn't work out.
So
That's a
that's
lot
why
of
you go to
responsibility.
exactly, and that's when you say, well, how do I know? How do I watch the stock and see if it's going to drop when it's dropping or not? Uh, what you know what I mean? Like, you got to do a lot of research behind that stuff, and then when you do the research, you become a little bit better. You you're going to lose some of that. That's the risk of it, right? Like we said, the higher the risk, the higher the gain. The lower the risk, the lower the gain. If you don't invest that, you're coming back with the same thing. That's what the Bible says. The Bible said they punished the man because he buried the gold. He said, the man came back. I could have did that. What you do that for? I could have did that. Give my coin back, and gave it to the people that was invested. All because he was trying to make sure he had something to come back to. That's not a risk. And that was the point
And
of
if
that story. Right. So, we
if you
gotta
don't
we gotta
play, you already lost if you
mhm.
don't play.
Yeah, you don't
You
try,
can't
you
win the
fail.
lottery if you don't buy the ticket.
Right. And you play it anyway. I don't care. I don't care. I'm playing against 1 million people, but I'm gonna be the one who get two numbers. I won something. Okay, that's a game. Win, you lost $2 or whatever the lotto is. How much is lotto two is? I think it's $5 now. $5. Mega Million, Powerball, whatever it is. I think they went up.
Damn,
They
I
got
remember that
inflation.
shit used to be $1.
Right. I tell you, look, inflation hitting hard. Lotto went up. Shit, can't even win for $1 no more.
So
It
hold
ain't
on,
even a
it's
dollar
five.
a win.
It's $5 for one number, like for one
I,
selection.
I think so.
Damn, bro,
I
I
don't
ain't
play
played
the
the
lotto.
lottery. Yeah, I ain't played it. Playing it. I just don't play it. I ain't play it. I used to play scratch offs, and man, that was a hustle to me.
For sure.
But you got to spend money. I used to spend like $300 to buy a roll and win like $800 off the roll.
I,
I just bought a whole damn roll.
Mm.
I see I see somebody do that on YouTube.
Yeah, man. I
I'm
bought.
like,
I used that shit get
you really
addictive,
doing
man.
this? I'm like, nah.
Yeah, bruh, that shit get addictive. I'm telling you, like,
Oh, I believe
it,
you.
especially like when it's a brand new roll. Is some tickets are only for certain states. Like
Limited
they
time,
have
yeah.
So when they used to come out with stuff like that, I bought a whole roll, probably about $600-700. I remember one time I won like 8 grand off a roll, and I think I paid like 600 for it, 600-700 for it. I won 8 grand.
Damn.
Yeah. But once I see I have an addiction, I got to get rid of it because I had a gambling addiction for a while, but I was making money. But I lost one time. I walked in the casino with I think like $100, won 30 grand. I woke up the next day and I was broke. I ain't had nothing in my pocket. I ain't know what happened. You get to hitting on them tables, they give you drinks, and I guess I got drunk and kept getting. They
Got
gave me a
Yeah.
free
you got
room though.
drinks,
I got a free
conversation,
room.
all that.
Yeah, and an empty ass pocket. I was like, I got a problem. I was up
They
30.
care that.
Yeah. Some of them don't want to. They want to stay at the table for like days in a row.
Mm.
They don't even want to change their clothes.
Man, it was
Yeah,
people
they
coming
do
here.
that.
It was people coming to Michigan, losing their houses, putting up the deeds for their house to these pawn shops to go down to the casino and gamble, and couldn't get it back. Lost their cars. But yeah, it was bad here for a while. Like a bunch of people from out of town come here gambling, losing big, lost their crib.
That come up is it's not you just take that chance, but I don't care. I can win $1,000. I'm straight. I'm walking right out the building with $1,000. Don't ask me about no taxes, nothing.
Is
But
that considered like an emotional addiction or no?
everything is based off all addiction is based off emotions. Any addiction you can attach to an emotion, but yeah, just that thrill of winning and that the pain and frustration of losing. You
The
know,
agony of defeat.
yeah, that's something you have to overcome emotionally. Like that's how I overcame, my addictions. I had to battle the emotion that it made me feel. Once I did that, everything else was easy for me. But that's because of how me practicing emotional intelligence or me having a grasp over my own emotion because it's the feeling that makes you want to do the anxiety. Like, man, I know I can just, you know, I don't want to talk about my other addiction because it's not
Okay, okay.
it ain't like no sexual addiction or nothing like that. It was actually violence. I used to be addicted to violence.
Oh yeah, I can see that too.
And I really
A vice is a vice. That's what we
like if
have to
you
understand.
yeah, like I used to like the thrill. Like you ever hit somebody in the mouth and they blood hit your face, Like that
Okay,
used to
no,
get me
no, no.
excited. like that, watching like that. I used to get excited. I was addicted to that. So I would I would put myself in positions where I would get into fights a lot.
And now you're
But,
addicted to getting it right. That is a beautiful story, sir.
uh,
Let's delineate.
He's trying to bring you back around. He's like,
it's,
I'm trying
I,
to, man.
but I
I'm
ain't.
trying to get away from there.
But look, I say it like this, but you can see my growth. Like people who know me, they tell you night and day. Like people who knew me for 20 plus years, they tell you I'm night and day. They tell you they know people who can change because of me. But I'm talking about I used to put myself in positions where um, I knew someone would try me, and when they did, I felt justified for what I wanted to do to them.
see, and that's how you have to be careful, because yeah, I know a guy who's just like waiting for someone to say something to him. Like the
Mhm.
next person that does anything.
That was me, man. I hate to say that, but that was me. But I did it in a. But see, it wasn't like I wasn't wild with it. I was that. That was probably the scarier part. Like with people who knew me, because it was like I'd be the person that'd come snatch you up, put you in your trunk, and take you for a ride. And then you'll call
What?
me the next day, and I'd be the same person to help you go find the person that tied you up to put you in the trunk.
Right.
Yeah, that's the type of person I was. It was like I would do stuff, but I wouldn't. I want to get away with it, so I wouldn't be loud about it. I'd be like methodical with it,
So
and
we
then
can use the scary word in like this
Yeah,
situation.
he was. Yeah, he was scared.
Word
He's
used to
scary
be
now.
scary.
Oh, he's scary now.
but
He's
see,
scary
that's what
right
I'm.
now.
But you can actually see my growth because I avoid conflict. Like any type of conflict, I just avoid it now. I escalate it, and and if I can't, then I just rather go my own way. And a lot of times because I know like what I'm capable of, and
Well, you
like
have things to lose, where maybe
yeah,
back then you didn't.
and that's why I said that's why like with the stuff that I say, I'm not getting this shit off no website or nothing. I'm telling you how I fixed my life because I was fucked up. Okay, I was really fucked up, right? Um, yeah, I wasn't a good person, but I'm not gonna blame nothing. It was all the decisions and choices I made. That's why when I even showed you what I showed y'all with that the power of acceptance, I had to accept I was a fucking devil. I was a demon. I could sit here and say, oh, it's because my stepdad used to beat me, or my mom and dad left me with my grandmother, or I was damn near put into not gang life, but I was put into the streets. These people had me doing. I could have blamed a lot of different shit instead of saying, you know what, I made all those decisions. I was fucked up. I need to fix myself. Like I need help. That's why I start going. Like y'all think I'll be playing when I be knowing about these religions and these practices and these spiritual. That's because I was trying to find a way to save my damn soul. I was trying to find a way. It was like
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to turn to. I didn't nothing. I can't erase the things that I did. Some known, some unknown. I can't erase that. Only thing I can do is try to be a better person. And exploring all these religions and stuff, that's what I learned. You experience things to become who you are. Now, those I could have continued down that path, you know, or I could have learned from the mistakes I made. I chose to learn, but I had to accept that's who I was. That's what I did. Okay, and until I accepted that, now, like when things occur or things happen, I remember what I went through to get where I'm at, and I'm not backsliding. I'm not going back.
I'm
And
not going back.
this is the opportunity to see how far I came. Because if this person says or does something to make me go back, then I ain't did shit. All
Right.
that studying, all that preaching, all that practice, all that was for nothing. If I let this person make me backslide, even on here, Like it's been times, like I said, people said stuff. I didn't talk about them. I didn't talk about their mama, their dad. I ain't do none of that, and I won't. I turn this bitch off before I do that. I leave YouTube. I'm just being real because that
That's
if I
awesome.
do that, it took me back to what I was.
That's
If I let that hate and that anger inside me and fuel me to do harm to other people, no matter what they do to me, then I went back and I came too goddamn far to go back. And I have to be an example now for not just for my kids, but for my nephews. It's other people that actually look up to me in real life. Fuck all this internet shit. Like when I come on here, it's people who y'all never see look up to me, who watch this, who listen to me, check and see what I'm doing. And if I do any of that, that's a disappointment to them. I'm letting them know.
because they got to make sure you the same. You the same on and off.
I
That's
got
why.
that. I
That's
I
why
got
I
to.
can't stand when people say that there's a facade. Nah, well, y'all keep that to yourselves because I am who I am, and that's why I said, listen, I don't have to have a testimony, right? If people spoke to me, if they ain't tell me I'm different from what I say on this thing, I know I'm doing the right thing. That's why I don't mind speaking to people off of this thing. So that this is who he really is, without even going to the family members, without going to the friends. You could find out yourself. Ask me a question. It's like I've had conversations with certain people on here, besides the word. I had conversations way before this, and they could tell you if I've changed or not. That's why I want to do the upload to see how far have I changed from last year to this year. I like to do that. Like, dang, you said you don't sound right. You sound like the same person or whatever it is. Y'all can tell me yourself, and then y'all can
I
help me
see.
find my way back.
I see growth in you from the time I
I
met you
appreciate that.
until now. I see growth, even in the way you articulate yourself. I see growth. Just the acceptance of information. I ain't gonna lie, bro. When I first met you, I was like, "Oh, he a Bible thumper." I ain't gonna lie to you, but just the way you found your own way and able to utilize information and use your experiences now. Um, yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought you was like one of
You
them.
see him different now.
It's not even different because it's like it was a misunderstanding. I seen him where
You
he
were
was.
going off of the information that you had at the time.
Yeah, it's like just seeing a person where they at, but I always knew. Like I see people from where they at, but I always know everyone has the potential to grow. Gary's growth to me was it was he I don't even know how to explain it. I just didn't. I'm enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? I'm enjoying it. It's because it's nothing I expected. I didn't expect. I just didn't expect what. But then I didn't know him, so I didn't know what to expect. But I'm enjoying his growth because Gary got so much potential that he just tapping into. He just tapping into his potential. I'm coming. I think I'm maxing out because I'm getting
That's
caught.
scary. That's scary. That's really scary because listen. It was a live. I just saw a live that you did 9 months ago. I know it's old because the person's voice that starts the live ain't even here anymore, right? So I'm looking down the list. I'm seeing people's names that I don't see no more, and I've noticed how much you have gained a lot of patience in
Mm.
from that time. And I was in the chat at this time too. So I'm like, wow, I'm just learning you and stuff. I'm like, yo, you gained a lot of patience. Because before you were like, you know what? Nah, I'm straight. I'm straight. That's your go-to. I'm straight. You'll have a conversation. All right, bro, I understand. Then when you get annoyed, I'm straight. I mean that I'm straight ain't going nowhere. But it has like now you gotta be super annoyed. So your patience has grown in 9 months from that live.
I appreciate that. I was about to say because my daughter got older. Them kids, boy, if you, they helping me
Kids
develop
will
it.
test you.
Man, test
Yeah,
ain't the
bro.
word. And you,
That
you
is
would
that
think,
right.
and you would think I'd be the one who be all like exploding. It'd be my wife. I'd be the one to be all cool and calm, like, yeah, all right, bro. But yeah, that my pay even with this whole thing, and like I know a lot of time when I say stuff, people it be word, and this I guess this is what part of my patience is because I know like I say stuff, and then the way people respond, I'd be like, damn, they took that totally out of context. Now I got to walk it back, and it's like because like I would say something on here, and yeah, it's just the way I just know, but it takes patience because just knowing how like when you know things, right? So I know how people assimilate information, right? I know, and I know most people don't comprehend, and this is not a shot against nobody. I'm literally telling you, if you really think about it, most people hear and don't listen. They hear a word, get triggered, and respond to what that word, but they won't listen to the context the word was put in. So I know that. You
Mm-hmm.
see what I'm saying? So when it happens, it's like I'm more like, here we go again versus getting upset and mad. I just be like, oh shit. I just gotta find another way to articulate myself. Or I gotta walk it back. A lot of times I just walk it back. It's just easier to walk it back. Or easier to tell people sometimes, like, no, you took it out of context. You gotta listen to this part, how it associates with this, and then you'll understand what I meant. But most people understand, they don't comprehend. So you can say something. I can just be describing my life experience, and people will take that out of context. Like if I sit here and told you about um, the women I dated and how they did me wrong, and I say those women ain't shit, and guess what? They just so happen to be black women. You'll have black women thinking I'm saying they ain't shit. Like no, I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about the women that I experienced. I'm not talking about all y'all. I'm just talking about them. Them women wasn't shit. But someone to hear, oh, he talking bad about black women. You hear what the fuck they did to me? Why shouldn't I talk? I'm just being real. Like this shit happened in real life, like to me. So you saying I'm supposed to just suffer and not tell my stuff? Nah. So I mean, I know these things though, so it don't bother me. It's more like sometimes it frustrates me, but even when I get frustrated, I'd be like, "That's me." Okay, so either stop talking about the shit, change the subject, or just let them have their whatever they want to say and move forward. And I do that a lot of times too. So
You want me to give you a perfect example? When we were talking about women being deviant in that word deviant, and me and Tate kept at it. Me and Tate kept at it, even though like there's a definition of the word. I mean, at first I think you kind of messed with us a little bit
yeah, I
with the
made the
play on the
whole thing
words.
up to fuck with y'all because I knew, but see, that's what I'm saying. That's now what I did there is what they call superliminal, right? Because I knew how you was gonna take it, but I wanted to show you. So it was like more of me teaching. It was just a fucked up way of teaching. And I thought I ain't gonna lie, I thought I articulated myself the second time well enough. And I'm like, nope, I think they're in emotion. I gotta walk it all the way back.
Yeah, because even after looking at the definition, explaining, even then we were still on like trying to argue the fact that no, we're not more deviant. We were on a good one. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, that's a good example.
I do that shit to
Yeah.
my sister all the time.
We were in our emotions.
Mhm.
That's not what it means. Nope.
I'm
But
just proud you learned stuff. I'm proud of him because it'd be a time you wouldn't even admit that.
you know what
I ain't
the
understand what you saying. Yeah, okay.
that whole deviant thing the other day I was watching about women in prison. I watched a lot of stuff on women in prison, but particularly it brought me to the deviant part because the warden said like the women have to have relationships. Like they're all they're doing things like you said deviant things with each other. Like the warden said just women are like this. I don't know if men are like that too in the men prisons, but then I thought of that word deviant because they're using. Can you believe this? Not to be nasty, but they build their own dildos out of oatmeal and hot dogs and all this shit. I was like, what? Okay, Word was right. This shit is deviant.
I had a friend. She did 3 months in the feds, 3 or 4 months in the feds, and she was like, it was so wild in there. She said they was using everything. I'm like, what you mean everything? She was like, they was molding oatmeal, like they because oatmeal get hard, bro. She was saying they collect oatmeal, mold it, and then they had to sand it down to make it smooth. I'm like, what you sand it down on the wall? I'm like, man, and then they use like grease to lube. I'm like, man, y'all wild as hell. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, making shanks, y'all making man, y'all.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. I was like, damn, why? Why?
But
Why can't they just hold out? Why do they have to do all that? It's
this,
crazy.
this is what I be trying to explain to women, and I'm not saying all women, but I am saying I have been around women whose sex drive is 10 times worse than any man you will ever meet. They're women, like that's just like maybe like if we talking about that, if that's not you, then you would be like, well, no, women ain't like that because you would be associating yourself. But what I'm telling you, there are women that want sex more than men. I know that for a
That's
fact.
why me and Tay could not. If me and Tay were in prison, we would not be doing that oatmeal stuff. I'm telling you.
Do,
You
do
be
you
watching it.
do, do you we had this nurse that I worked with. She used to take she used to take a this ain't funny because she passed away, but she used to take a trip to Texas every year, right? And one day she went, I mean, it was this specific year she went down there and they found her septic in her room. So they ended up bringing her back and away. Found out like all those years she been going down to Texas on that summer trip, she was going down to a dude ranch. She was going down there to get banged.
In Texas,
Yeah, they got a dude ranch.
I would think it'd be like Vegas or something.
It's in Texas.
Wow,
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
that's embarrassing.
Yeah, and I guess the guy banged her, and then the next day they found her unresponsive.
Wow.
But they said it was no foul play. They
Like
got
the bunny
Wow.
ranch, but a
yeah.
dude ranch, like that, like a bunny ranch.
Mm-hmm. It
Huh.
was a dude ranch.
I'm gonna look
I
that
didn't know
up.
you
That's
I didn't know girls had it like that. I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
y'all had that drive like that.
You never know what's gonna happen. That's why I say wear clean underwear and clean bra and clean undergarments. You
That's
never know when
exactly
you're gonna have
right.
a medical emergency.
Ooh, shitty over there. Shitty Brown. Like, oh Lord. Damn, the kids gonna be talking about you when you dead. Daddy had poop poop stains in there. Ew.
Man, let me get my butt off here. I didn't know it was 3 o'clock. I had to take my
Alrighty.
son to school at 8. But
Yeah,
yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all, man.
Good
yes,
night,
sir.
night. Good night, chat.
And Commander, no trips to Texas.
No, no, I'm not going to Texas. No,
talking
it
about
might be something I might cover, but
I'm
yeah,
going to visit Tay. I don't want to hear
no, thank you. I'm good.
that. Appreciate you, Didi. Appreciate you, sis. Oh, I didn't play the commercial today, huh? I'll play it on the way out. We'll play that on the way out. But let me load that up. Yeah, that'll be I'll say it now. But yeah, I'll be back Friday. I don't think I'll be back Thursday, but definitely be back Friday. Um yeah, I'm be going the next week. But shout out to the nine, man. Y'all make sure y'all go check out my bros and sis while I'm not here. Go check out Rach too. Rach be live all the time. I can't even find this video. I hate when they do that. But yeah, we out, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know what I always say: care about how you feel. These conversations to build nation. And if I say anything to resonate with you, do me a favor, hit that share button, tell somebody, help me spread the word. But until next time, we out.
What up, Nine?
Shit, we break things down. Concepts and all, we break it down. So who am I? I'm the one who put in the work.
They are here to use you and do what they gotta do to get their money, right? And I hear a lot of us complain about what's going on.
I'm asking people, why? Why is that such a bad thing? Because you don't possess it, so you're mad at me because I'm giving something that can help somebody, or I'm doing something that can help somebody.
That, you know, as we all build and we all grow, we're all going to continue to support one another. Like, that's never going to change, and it's never going to get to a point where I feel like anybody's told or getting stepped on.
I thank you for your continued support. I bless you and I send you lots of hugs and kisses and blessings.
What up, Nine? Some people, they think they don't need anybody, but we all do. No, there's no like self-made person. We all need someone. And if you think about it, because there's some people that say, no, I don't need any new friends, or I don't need friends, or I don't need to make contact with people. I don't need a, what do you call it, like network. But then you think about it, how did you get your first job? Or how did you get your apartment? Or how do you start thinking about your life and those things, and then you realize you did have some sort of help.
Consistent with all your values and beliefs. That's, with all of them. So, you can believe in honesty and empathy and courage and, all of these things. But if you don't live consistent with those, is that displaying integrity?